Okay, so we are here with the recap. I'm putting this up on Monday. We're going to do something else on Tuesday, and then Wednesday will be predictions, because obviously I don't want to do, predictions super early in the week, and then maybe someone gets hurt at practice or someone comes back and, yada, yada. So, I want to get this out because, again, there's no Monday games. There's, nothing crazy happening. Like, what happened. So, as you can see, these were my picks for the week. I had basically every home team winning except for Tampa. Now, we're going to throw them both up because we are only in the wild card weekend, so obviously same record because, again, first round of the playoffs. 5-1. I got the Minnesota Vikings wrong. That is all I got wrong. Now, I should have probably, put like a graphic and have like an X or something over them. I'll remember that for next week. When I do that, I'll go, try to figure out something. But pretty good week. I mean, there's a lot where it's just like, hey, it kind of felt right. San Francisco felt right. Bills felt right. Bengals felt right. Now, Cowboys and Bucks were kind of a toss-up because, you have Tom Brady. And anything can happen. Anything can happen. So they could have won just as easily. And it could have been 4-2. But, the Cowboys were just a better team last night. They crushed them. It was a bad game. So I am recording this on, obviously post game on Monday. So I have hit 400 subscribers. So thank you all for that. It was a bad game, but hitting 400 was amazing, spectacular, awesome, and just it made the game a lot better, a lot more bearable. And I was not planning on going past halftime because I'm like, I just don't want to watch this game really. But I thought, I'm going to do it. I'm going to just, go for the first half of the game. Then I'll have, the rest of my night if I want to do something else. But then the subs started coming in. And, we started doing more raids. And, I got more subs from raids. And it's just like, hey, like, it was amazing. It was so fun. So, if you're seeing this video and you don't really come to my streams, come hang out in the streams where you normally would go raid small YouTubers and whatnot, like myself. Or other small YouTubers like me, I should say. But anyway, on to this. I guess we kind of just started. It was a boring game. It was just basically a blowout by the Cowboys. We'll go right to left here. So we'll save the last two on the far left for last. I might just do the Jags game last, and kind of skip over that and go to San Francisco before that. But anyway, moving on to Bengals and Ravens. It was a good game. I didn't really watch a lot of it just because I was so exhausted and just burnt out from the day. You had two. Well, I didn't watch a lot of the Bills and Miami game just because that game dragged on. But then you had a very good game with the Vikings and Giants. And then again, you rounded out with Bengals and Ravens on Sunday night, and it's just it's a good game. It was. But, it's weird watching some of these teams. Like, if Lamar Jackson was out there, they probably would have won. Same with, if Tua was healthy, the way the Bills are playing on Sunday, if Tua was healthy, they might have crushed the Bills. Like, seriously, they might have. So, it's so weird to just watch these backups and third stringers come out here during the playoffs because it's like, okay, well, don't really give them much of a chance. Now, credit the defense of the Ravens. They stuck in this game. Huntley's experienced. He has experience being out there and whatnot. This isn't like he's a rookie or anything. But, the defense, really helped kind of keep him in the game. Well, I think 24-17, I believe, was the score. And, the Bengals, at first, not at first, but there was times where the Bengals just looked like a meh team, and then they turned it on, and it's like, okay, there's the Bengals we know. There they are. 98-yard fumble recovery. I think, was it a D lineman? I don't remember. Edge rusher, D lineman, one of the two. 98-yard fumble return for a touchdown, which basically, sealed the victory. Basically helped the, Bengals win that game. But, you know, again, it was a decent game. It was. So, you know, I very easily could have got this wrong if Lamar Jackson was healthy. But it's just Tyler Huntley. Yes, he's kind of Lamar Jackson because he can scramble, he can throw. You know, it's just he can't do it at the level that Lamar Jackson can do. That's why he's the backup to Lamar Jackson. But, you know, very, very good night game. Then we move on to... it's the second best. Like, come on, it's the second best. I mean, Jags and Chargers was the best game of the weekend, but only because of that second half. Just because of what happened. But this was very this is, you know, tippy top too. This is very fun to watch. It looked like in the first half the Giants were going to run away with this. At one point, it was 17-7, and it's like, oh my god, like they got the ball back. They're gonna, you know, just go down again. It's gonna be 24-7, and you know that's, you know, Vikings are gonna be down a lot, trying to, you know, struggle to get back in this game. But then they kind of turned off the Jets a little bit, kind of slowed down. Vikings got back in it. I believe it was 17-14 at halftime. And then from there, it was a battle. I mean, it was back and forth. You hit me, I hit you, and they're just trading punches, trading blows, and eventually, you know, horrendous roughing the passer call, which would have changed that outcome just a tiny bit, just a little bit. But if the Vikings would have won, a lot of people would have pointed at that horrendous roughing the passer call when Kirk Cousins still had the ball in his hands as he was being tackled, and he throws it away. Brady did the same thing last night. No call. So I think they realized, like, hey, like, we can't call that. But it was absolutely terrible. But, you know, Vikings killed themselves because Kirk Cousins threw a check down on 4th and 8. Season on the line, and he throws a 3-yard check down. I get it. Pocket was collapsing. But just throw it up to Justin Jefferson or throw Adam Thielen or Hawkinson, you know, normally has a hot hand for that offense sometimes. So, like, come on. Like, why you have someone on a check down there on 4th and 8? Now, I get it. Maybe, you know, they're playing deep zone or playing off man, and you're just, you know, hoping that, hey, like, the running back or whoever can just get it. It was one-on-one, and he got killed. I forget who caught it. But I think was it Madison? It might have been Madison. But he did not get any yards after contact. So, I like, again, at least have him go 5-6 yards down the field on an out route. That way you're close to the first down marker. A 3-yard check down, though? Come on, man. Why? Like, what? I'm being unbiased as a Packers fan here. Why? Again, pocket kind of collapsing. You can't do that, though. You just can't. So, it was dumb. It's the Vikings' way to lose. And yeah, it's just, you know, very fun game. Horrendous, you know, call by the refs. And then Kirk Cousins showed why he's Kirk Cousins and why he doesn't have a ring or hasn't helped take a team to the Super Bowl. And then we move on to Bills, Dolphins. This game dragged on. It was so slow. And it makes no sense because the Bills were practically healthy. They were practically healthy. And Skylar Thompson, third stringer, Bills, what are you doing? A third stringer almost beat the Bills. Tua crushes them. They kill the Bills if Tua's playing. A healthy Tua, and the Bills are eliminated Wildcard weekend, and then people are going to go on about Damar Hamlin and whatnot. You know, the Bills fans are. We couldn't do it for him. But this was horrendous. This was bad by them. And it was so slow, and, you know, the second quarter was probably like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours long. It was a long second quarter. That first half was so bad. So bad. And again, I popped in, popped out, didn't watch the whole game just because, I would leave for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, go back, turn on the TV. It's like, they're still in the second? What? And so, it was so, like, if you're a Bills fan or a Dolphins fan, if you're a Dolphins fan, you're happy. You're like, hey, if we were healthy, we beat the Bills and we're going on the divisional round. A Bills fan, I'm terrified. I'm crapping my pants because of what a third stringer just did. It should not have been close. It should not have been. They got so lucky. So lucky. Josh Allen didn't have his greatest game either. The offense, it's just, I don't know. I mean, Miami's defense isn't bad. They're not terrible. But that Miami offense wasn't supposed to be good with a third-string QB. So, I don't know. And then again, we'll skip the Jags. We'll talk about that last. That was probably my favorite game of the weekend, even though I gave up on them. We'll talk about that later. Niners and Seahawks to kick off Wildcard weekend, Super Wildcard weekend. Holy crap, that first half. That first half, I thought Seattle was going to win this game. It was 17-14 going into half. Seattle was able to get, late field goal to take the lead heading into half. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, Seattle has a chance to beat my betting favorites from the NFC. A lot of people's favorites from the NFC. They're, messing around with that Niners defense who, again, a lot of us thought, hey, best defense in the league. And then the second quarter happened. And Seattle looked like a team that did not deserve to be in the playoffs, and they got killed. And I think, was it 28 points? Was it 21, 28 points put up in the second half by the Niners? And Seattle only put up, I think, 10 or something like that. They were... they woke up at halftime, the Niners did, and said, we can't lose to our rival. They're like, what are we doing? So again, it was a fun first half. Real fun first half. Back and forth. They let DK, it was like a 50-yard bomb or whatever, something like that. To tie it up at 14-14. And then, you're heading into half as a Seattle fan. You're like, hey, we're not supposed to be here. And we're winning. So, credit to Seattle. I mean, they put up more than a fight than I think the Packers would have. Maybe the Lions would have gone 3 rounds with them, with the Niners. But the Seattle really impressed me, and they really put up a good fight against, again, my betting favorites to be the NFC representation for the Super Bowl this year. So then we move on to Game of the Week, which, I had this being the best game on the schedule looking before the, week started and whatnot. That second half delivered. The Jags delivered that second half. The first quarter, Trevor Lawrence threw 3 interceptions. Second play of the game. Second drive of the game. I think it was either third drive of the game. 3 interceptions in the first quarter. He threw another one early on in the second. Wait, did I say third quarter? First quarter, excuse me. 3 in the first quarter. Threw another one in, I think it was the early middle of the second quarter. And I quit my stream. It was 27-0 at that point. And I said, I can't do this. It sucks. My second favorite team is going to get killed 40-10 or something like that by the Chargers, who actually are looking like a team that I thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season. And then I shut it off. And, halftime comes around. I check the score, 15, 20 minutes afterwards. It's 27-7. I'm thinking, yeah, okay, whatever. They're not going to come back from this. I gave up. I took off. I had Jags gear on. I took that off. And I'm just like, I'm done. And I turned away from my phone. I just went and just chilled out by myself. Just relaxed for the night. And I'm like, well, there's always Sunday. And, do another stream there. And then the third quarter happened, and I missed it all. And they put up, was it? I think it was 14 in the. Was it 14? Yeah, I think it was 14 in the third quarter. Because that would be what, 21-27. Chargers had a field goal in the third quarter to make it 30-21. Then the Chargers had another attempt at a field goal to tack on more points, and he shanked it left, and he missed it. So that essentially sealed the deal for the Chargers. Jags would go on to score the last 15 points of the game in the fourth quarter. There was Jags got away with a false start on their lineman. Joey Bosa got upset, threw his helmet down twice. One on the field, one time off the field as he's walking off the field, and the refs said, nope, unsportsmanlike conduct. And so the Jags are at the 1 yard line going, we're going to win this game. Trevor Lawrence does a little dive, reaches over. All of a sudden, they're down 2. With, I think it was like 3 minutes left or something like that. And, Chargers get it down around the 2-minute warning. Aren't able to do anything. Turnover on downs. Jags get the ball. Get in the field goal range. Kick is up and good. 31-30. Jags come back. The third biggest comeback in NFL history belongs to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence is still undefeated on a Saturday. I think that dates back to his college years. I believe is how that stat goes. And the Jags now have to head to Kansas City to face the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round. Which, hey, I had them making it there. I had them losing to the Chiefs. We'll talk about that when we get to that on Wednesday. Holy crap, what a game. What a second half. What a collapse by the Chargers. 27-0 at one point. And they put up 3 points. 3! In the second half of that game. A missed field goal. If he would have made that, the Jags would have had to go for a touchdown to win that game, and maybe things end up differently. But he shanked that left, and the Jags are moving on to the division round. So I'm so happy. First game of the division round is the Chiefs and Jags at like 3 something my time. So I will be streaming Saturday. I will be doing that game. That might be the only game I do on Saturday, and then we'll come back. We'll do another game on Sunday. I think the Niners and Cowboys, I think is last. I might do that game, that rematch from last year, which is actually pretty good last year. That was a pretty good game last year. So I might just do that for a Sunday night stream. But for now, that's it. 5-1 on playoff record this year so far. So happy about that. Last year, I believe I was 6-0, but you can't win them all. So we move on to the division round. Very happy, very excited. And yeah, for now, like the video, share the video around, don't forget to subscribe, and I'm out of here. Peace.